James Morrow has been soaking it all up. North Carolina, where the media was holding on forever to say that he'd won, but it was pretty obvious he did. It was one of the swing states. And James, with the US report, you have remained focused that this was the result you believed was always going to be there. You and outsiders as well, always going to be here. So tell us, now that we're sort of in the official opinion zone, how you feeling tonight?
Well, I'm feeling pretty vindicated. I mean, I don't want to do a little bit of this, but you can almost do a little bit of that. The old Trump dance. It's been a long run, and I tell you what, it's been a long night here, Paul. But the important point here is that from the start, put aside the politics of left and right. In fact, left and right don't really mean anything anymore in the same way that they used to, because first of all, they put into the nomination by an incredibly undemocratic process the party that claims to be the defender of democracy, this empty suit, Kamala Harris, who then went for 4 months and had absolutely nothing to offer the American people. So why people are surprised by the result, it's a little flabbergasting. Like, really? You're surprised that this person got up and she had like Beyonce concerts but no policies to, bring your gas prices down or bring your power prices down, and people are surprised she lost? Come on. I mean, let's say that first. Second of all, let's just talk about those exit poll numbers that you talked about. I mean, this is a comprehensive realignment of left-right. Left-right don't mean anything the way they used to, because now the Republican Party is now solidly the party of the aspirational middle of all classes and all races. I mean, it's not just the income that you talked about. It's not just the male and female, but you look at some of the other figures. As you noticed, Black and Latino voters came out for Donald Trump. But, you also saw people like the Muslim American mayor of Hamtramck, Michigan, endorsing Donald Trump. People of all races realize that the Democrat Party, what they have to offer is, unless you're at the very top end or the very bottom end of the spectrum, it's very bad for you, because you're dealing with high immigration, high crime, woke politics in your schools, and there's not a lot in it for you there. Whereas the Republicans, they're the party of aspiration. They're the party of, getting out of your way, letting you do your thing and making it the best, being the best you can. There's a slogan that you see on a lot of the Trump signs, and I think he should have leaned into it harder, and that was dream big again. And I think that captures that kind of aspirational idea of the Trump campaign. And I think that's, what a lot of people in America are kind of feeling like. The country's been constrained, intellectually and in all sorts of ways, by this, overlay of this kind of elite that don't really want people to succeed. They've got theirs, and they're happy for everybody else to sit tight and do their thing. And I think that, there's a great unleashing of the American potential that we see, and we see this with, the elevation of Elon Musk and people like that who are transforming the country and releasing all sorts of new energy. And I think that's really important. I think it's a big message coming out of this vote.
Now, obviously, the media is supposed to be the representatives of the people who look at the powerful and hold the powerful to account. They're supposed to be sceptical. They're supposed to get up in their crawl. And for about 2 weeks we saw that, when they had to recognise what had happened with Biden. But then, of course, straight back to form, and they were trying to pretend that Harris was Obama in a pantsuit. And yes, they will inevitably, the certain parts of it, the establishment media, right? Let's not call them the mainstream. They're the establishment media, right? They're the access media, right? And they'll all go back into their corners and they won't learn any lessons of it. But I just want to show you a particularly fun moment. Jake Tapper, CNN, when they were looking at the map, and he's trying to find the silver lining on this very, very dark cloud for them. And this was it. John King walking the magic board, and they're trying to find the places where she did better than Biden in 2020. Behold, a very sweet moment in TV.
Are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything in the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
By 3% or more.
Oh, wow, James. Give me 30. Give me 30 hot ones on that. Give me 30 seconds.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. The media covered for Joe Biden. They covered for Kamala Harris. And they never learned from their mistakes. As you say, for 2 weeks, there was a little bit of time where they said, oh, hey, Joe Biden's not with it. After people like you and me had been saying this for years and saying, hey, guys, he's not with it. And they said, oh, no, that's a cheap fake. You're fake news. You're a cheap fake. Remember that? After, at the G7 and he's sort of wandering off when the guys are coming down to the parachutes and it was like, oh, no, that's wrong. You've got it wrong. And then like 2 weeks later, he's out of the race. Come on. This is what happens. And this is why Kamala Harris underperformed. And they didn't expect that she was going to underperform because they thought everything was fine. They literally looked at Kamala Harris and said, hey, she's fantastic. She's got Beyonce. How good is she? And that was like literally all there was to it. And they thought people aren't buying it. They don't understand fundamentally why. So, yeah, that's that.